tri-meet. We'd like to start with the starting lineup tonight. First, for the designated visitors from Lancaster Bible. Starting, a junior from Aberdeen, Maryland, number 2, Devin Galloway. A freshman from Queens, New York, number 4, Braden Escobar. A junior from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, number 8, Carson Hoover. A junior opposite from Chicago Heights, Illinois, number 12, Jaden Flanagan. A sophomore center from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, number 15, Timothy Fletcher. And a junior from York, Pennsylvania, number 20, Kevin Bryant. And a libero, number 21, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Nicholas Marion. The champions are coached by Jay Brubaker, and he is assisted by Justin Brubaker, Brian Kramer, and Max Swineford. And now for the designated home team, the Bridgewater Eagles. And outside hitter, number 1 from Valdez, Alaska, Jeffrey Primo. A center freshman from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, number 5, Joshua Crossfire. A freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, outside hitter, number 6, Jovan LaPera. A freshman from Newport News, Virginia, number 12, Aiden Weaver. A freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, number 13, Corbin Green. And a freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, number 15, Seth Williams. And a libero, number 22, from Chesapeake, Virginia, Davian Hughes. The Eagles are coached by Colton Fry, and he is assisted by Nolan Harrell and Dan Lutz. Let's play the volleyball.
Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you into Knight Arena here in Buena Vista, Virginia, for today's NCAA men's volleyball matchup between the Lancaster Bible Chargers and the Bridgewater College Eagles. This is match number 2 of our tri-mats today. In the first matchup, it was Southern Virginia, the hosts, in Lancaster Bible, where the Knights came out on top with a 3-0 victory. This is match number 2. And Lancaster, Ryan, we talked about before the matchup, pretty experienced team. They had an NCAA tournament appearance last year where the Knights actually hosted their first couple of games. Ended up battling out to Messiah University in 4 sets in the first round of the tournament. Bridgewater, it's their first season, a lot of young players on their team that are freshmen. Lancaster's got to be maybe favored a bit here, but Bridgewater College, they're in a new conference as well, in the ODAC, so hopefully they can put together some promising performance today.
It'll definitely be interesting to see where they go this season and how far and how well they do, so it'll be a fun game.
Lancaster Bible in their whites, and then Bridgewater College in the dark uniforms. Bridgewater College comes into today at 1-2 overall in the season. They won their first ever matchup against Bethany on January 17th. Opening serve is going to go to Joshua Kirkstad, who's a freshman from British Columbia. So into the Knights, opening the point to the Chargers.
The Hoover back to serve.
Serve now Carson Hoover. Looking to set number 12. That was Aiden Weaver, but he's going to be stuck in the net. And Lancaster has a early 2-point lead.
Hoover to serve.
And Ryan, you know quite a bit about playing middle in volleyball as you're a key player on our women's volleyball team. What are some things you're looking for as a middle there when trying to block?
Williams back to serve.
Just Williams on the service and Water back at 3. Lancaster Bible, of course, maybe on some tired legs after their opening matchup with Southern Virginia. It'll be Bridgewater and Southern Virginia in the later game at 7. And a nice looking service just inside. That'll be another kill for Kevin Bryant.
Galloway back in the match. Bryant to serve.
Bryant to serve again. That's libero with the reception, and Bridgewater will just have to send it back over. Ryan, how much does a tri-match wear on your body, especially during the second matchup?
It's all mental at that point. If you want to win, you're going to fight for that win.
This is Aiden Weaver back for Bridgewater. It's going to go off the antenna. So 6-4 Lancaster in this first set, looking to bounce back after a 3-set sweep of Southern Virginia. They're going to set it up in the middle, but that's dug out by the Chargers. And that's a libero number 21, Nicholas Marion from South Paulo, Minnesota, not able to get a handle on it. So they'll be point back to Bridgewater. Second time in the last couple of points for Bridgewater into the nets.
Escobar to serve.
Escobar back to serve for the Chargers. Lead over. Eagles set it up on the near side. That's dug out by the Chargers. Back to Hoover. And that'll be a kill for him.
Chargers.
Nothing doing, and I believe that's another goal for the Chargers as the Eagles go to net for a third time. Serve. Eagles in the system. Inside freshman out of Newport News, Virginia. So over 10 freshmen on the Bridgewater roster. Fletcher.
Dagan back to serve.
So you certainly got to consider a young team, a new team playing together for the first time, just 3 games into their inaugural season. Certainly going to take some getting used to for most of these players on the Eagles roster. Deegan, number 3 into the game for Lancaster Bible. Tough reception there from Bridgewater, and that's going to result in a timeout for the Eagles. The first of the set, 12-6, Lancaster Bible in front. And Ryan, you certainly know a little bit about having to adjust to a new system as a transfer, if I'm not mistaken. What's kind of like that? What's that process like, and what's the learning curve to joining a new team?
It's definitely a struggle at the beginning. You know, you kind of feel like a little discouraged because you go from being fully connected. Well, and transfers, but once we got that connection going, it became really fun.
Again, Lancaster Bible, pretty experienced team. They had a trip to the NCAA tournament last year that was actually hosted in the first 2 rounds of this particular region. Was hosted in Lexington by Southern Virginia, the eventual national champions. But the Chargers out of the United East, coming off a 23-8 season.
Dagan back to serve.
So Deegan back to serve again. Bridgewater looking to answer. It's a good dig from Jaden Flanagan. Lancaster Bible on the attack, but into the net they go, and that'll be a point towards the Eagles.
Clarkstead back into the match. Clarkstead back to serve.
Josh Krogstad, freshman setter again out of British Columbia. Right into the hands of Escover. There's a good looking kill for Jaden Flanagan. Bringing the lead back to 6 for Lancaster Bible.
Great spot right there.
Fletcher sends it nicely over. Eagles in system. Fletcher got a hand to it, but that's going to be a kill for number 12. That's Aiden Weaver.
Side out to the Eagles. Duel back into the match for the Eagles. Duel back to serve.
Weaver, one of the bigger guys on the team. Looks like they're going towards him quite a bit. Fletcher set it up in the middle for Kevin Bryant. Looks like Fletcher found him in the wheelhouse there. Big powerful swing from Bryant. That'll bring it's number 8 Carson Hoover, the junior, outside. Back to serve just outside the line. And a point back to the Eagles.
Williams back to serve.
Fletcher on the set to Flanagan. And that was Weaver who couldn't get there in time.
Flanagan over Bryant to serve.
Good reception there. He's going to get it right back. Powerful. That was Jeffrey Prevost.
And great pass.
This guy is into the match. Weaver back to serve.
Yeah, Prevost. He's the lone senior on this team from Valdez, Alaska. Weaver back to serve. Fletcher back to the far side. Beautifully done by the Chargers. A bit long by Flag in that time. And it's 16-11, Bridgewater hanging around against the experienced Chargers team. This is Jeffrey Prevost back to serve. Over, that's going to go over and outside the line. And the deficit now just 4. Outside the line. And the Eagles within 3. The Eagles are led by Colton Frey, of course, in his first season with Bridgewater in their inaugural season. Weaver keeps that one in play. Nice dig from Carson Hoover. They come together at the net, dug out nicely, and that's libero number 22. Davion Hugh again dug out by the Eagles. They're surviving.
These hustles really well.
So not the resultant end that the Eagles wanted, but a very promising couple of digs there, specifically from the libero Hugh. I mentioned Colton Frey in his first season coaching the Eagles. On the other side, it's Jade Brubaker in his 13th season coaching Lancaster Bible. They're going to set it up on the near side. That's number 6, Jovan Lapero. Not the biggest guy on the floor, but he can get up there.
That bird gets in there.
Tobin Green back to serve. And nicely down, that's Fletcher.
Steps have been working for Lancaster.
A little trickery by the sophomore from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. 18-14 Lancaster Bible in the first set. That was Hugh on the reception. And Carson Hoover able to put it back down to the floor and get his team another point. That time goes into the net. We see a good spread, Ryan, of powerful serves with some more heat behind them and also some floaters. Curious which ball you'd be most afraid to receive, if it's the ones that do have the heat behind it or if those floaters become pretty tricky for the
I would say the ones with the heat are definitely in the net by number 20. The ones with the heat definitely, I feel like they're almost easier. You just gotta line yourself up, but the floaters move around. But as a middle, I don't pass, so.
That was Bryant into the net as he attacked. 3-point game again. This time Bryant puts it down. Lead back to 4.
Fletcher back to serve.
This is Fletcher, the setter. Lean over. Again, they were looking for Aiden Weaver, but that time missed the mark.
It's a big 3-man block, so swinging around that's definitely tricky.
Results in a Bridgewater timeout, and back to your point, Ryan, about maybe being a little more comfortable with the serves that have a little more speed on them. I was talking to a former Knights libero, Justin Madsen, and he completely agreed. He doesn't like to see those floaters as they tend to move around a bit more.
Yeah, Justin's saying it. I think definitely has value because he's pretty crazy. Great passer.
So 21-16 for Lancaster Bible. Looking to bounce back after that 3-0 defeat to Southern Virginia just not too long ago.
Bridgewater had quite a few good runs, but they just got to keep those runs a little longer. They're doing well, though.
Hanging in there against one of the better teams in the country, as we mentioned. Made a run in the NCAA tournament last year. Lancaster Bible did. The Chargers are at 2-2 on the year. Had a couple of wins against Marymount, CVC rival of Southern Virginia, and also against Wilkes, another member of the CVC. So a good couple of wins for Lancaster Bible early on in their season. Looking to split these matches here in Buena Vista. So out of the timeout, it is still the setter, Timothy Fletcher, back to serve for the Chargers. Good reception by Prevost, but that attack goes into the net from Hugh. Not able to get a good handle on it. Back to Weaver, blocked right into him, he keeps it alive. Prevost looking for Hugh, and it turns out for Bridgewater to be a kill and a point. And Knox will redact that.
I think he did touch it twice, yeah.
Good set in the middle. That's going to be a block for the Chargers.
Clean up by the Chargers.
Now at set point, this is Fletcher. Good reception. They'll set Hugh up on the far side. And Hoover puts it down to take set one, 25-16. As Ryan said, Bridgewater put together a couple of good runs there to get within three several times, but ultimately Lancaster Bible to put it away and gain that all-important 1-0 lead.
I think a big thing was the Chargers serve. It was very consistent, and it seemed to get Bridgewater out of system quite a few times, so it was harder to run their offense. I think that was a big deal for them. So hopefully next set they notice that and they're able to maybe pick up their offense a little bit.
We'll take a short break before bringing you back to the action for set number 2 in Buena Vista.
Introducing Sport Performance. But not just this. They told you to choose, books or the ball, the classroom or the court, but that was never you. You study like it's your playbook, you train like it's your thesis, your body's in motion, your mind's building the future. Because greatness isn't just in the stats, it's in your discipline, your character, your purpose. Master your sport, master yourself. This is Sport Performance at Southern Virginia University.
welcome back everyone who's tuning in to University of Virginia in the Knight Arena for set number 2 of today's neutral matchup between Lancaster Bible and Bridgewater College. So Lancaster taking the first set 25-16. Carson Hoover and Kevin Bryant, the early leader in kills for the Chargers at 4 apiece. Both pretty efficient as well, just 5 attacks for each of them, and only 1 error so far. Jeffrey Prevost, number 1 of Bridgewater, and Aiden Weaver both have 2 kills, leading their team on the attack. System. Nicely done by Bridgewater to capture the first point of the second.
Parker duel into the match for the Eagles. Duel back to third.
Callaway coming back in for, excuse me, the libero coming back in for Lancaster Bible. That's number 21. He's a senior from São Paulo, Brazil. Nicholas Marion. Set there in the middle for Kevin Bryant. That's his 5th of the day.
Bryant with the winner. Fletcher the third.
Fletcher now back for the Chargers. Interception from Prevost. That's going to be a kill for Aiden Weaver.
Williams back to third.
Of attacks, kind of soft open from Bridgewater, but it works out in their favor. Just outside the line that time from Seth Williams. This is Hoover on the service. Looking for Prevost, blocked at the net. Set was a little bit behind Weaver that time, and so Lancaster Bible gets a free ball and takes advantage of it. That's Flanagan. Hoover on the serve. This time looking in the middle, that's Kevin Bryant with the solo block.
Bryant at the net.
He's been putting up a pretty big block on defense, and it's definitely
working out. A little bit over that time and easily put back down by number 4, Brandon Escobar. When you see those balls come back over the net.
My favorite.
This time nicely received into the middle, but he hits the net. That'll be a point to the Chargers. Chargers. Let's see if they can take advantage. Kevin Bryant picks the corner. That's 7 consecutive points for the Chargers. It's a promising start for Bridgewater, but now Lancaster Bible putting some pressure on the young Eagles. Bridgewater just to kind of reset. Try and halt that momentum that Lancaster has built. And a couple of free balls after some good serving from Lancaster Bible. Kevin Bryant now at 6 kills on the day.
He's been very effective offensively and defensively. Definitely got a weapon in the middle.
Fletcher, of course, leads the game with 15 assists for the Chargers. He's also been pretty effective on back serving. That run that Lancaster Bible went on to end the first set. Fletcher is back there for about 6 consecutive serves.
He's been doing really well with getting Bridgewater out of system.
Out of the timeout, let's see how Bridgewater can respond. Certainly in need of a spark.
Devin, lead the ball.
Not wanting to dig themselves too much of a hole. And of course, not wanting to go down 2 sets to none. Again, this is Carson Hoover still to serve for Lancaster Bible. Eagles in system a little bit far to the near side, but there's a point.
Green with the kill. Point Eagles. This guy is in the
Green taking advantage of a
Weaver back to
dig
serve.
from the Chargers that went back over the net. Good heads-up play by him. Weaver back to serve. Fletcher finding Brian, nice dig.
Point Bridgewater. Green to serve.
Didn't quite catch if that was Hugh or not. The libero made that key dig off the attack from Bryant. Turns out in their favor. Weaver still serving, but into the net that time.
Back to the Chargers. Galloway back in the match. Bryant to serve.
Bryant. Well done by Privos. He's going to get it back on the far side. Bryant with the dig, and then they feed it Escover on the near side, straight down.
He's found that lane with the block. Nice. Great swing.
So Bryant doing it all on the attack and defensively.
Oh, yeah.
Privos getting the set. It's nicely done just inside the line.
Point Eagles. Jax Conway to the match for the Eagles.
And despite that big run that the Chargers went on, the Eagles just within 5. 10-5, still pretty early in the second set. It's Hoover on the reception. Tough set that time. Pretty much a free ball for the Eagles, and they'll take advantage of Hoover again.
Privos to serve.
Nice swing with the block. Bridgewater.
I'll mark that down as kill number 4 for Aiden Weaver. Just outside. Floater's gonna sail over the head of Carson Hoover. Wisely lets it go out of bounds.
Flanagan to serve.
Again, Bridgewater tends to get within that 2-3 point range, able to cut into that deficit, but won't get away there. There's the setter number 3. This guy is making an attack out of that one. He's going to feed Privos. Dig out by the libero. That's Marion. Free ball for Bridgewater. Now back over to the Chargers. Hoover flying down the middle, looking for a touch. And that'll that'll be a point for Lancaster Bible. Nice little rally that time, but Carson Hoover comes out on top. Lead back to 5. Marion again able to dig it out. A bit of a no-look attack that time by Escover. Weaver right into the hands of Marion again. Now Flanagan catches Primos to the chest, and that'll be another point.
Lots of back row attacks these past few points.
Just like that, after Bridgewater was able to trim the lead back to 3, Lancaster Bible reestablishes a 6-point advantage. Looking for Green. Timing didn't seem to be right there. And a point to the Chargers. Comes Flanagan. Good block on the net that time. That was Galloway and Fletcher, I believe, who combined for that one. It was Jax Conley on the attack.
Said top spins might be easier to pass, but I don't know if I'd want to pass on these top spins.
Flanagan gets the green light. 15-7 Lancaster Bible. They're in set number 2. There's the set from Viscaitis. Looking for the stoppage there, and they're going to get it. 15-8 now.
Back to serve.
Just the antenna just briefly. This is Corbin Green on the serve. Fletcher looking for Galloway. A big stuff at the net. Lancaster Bible having a tough time with the low ceiling of the barn there, but they're in possession now. This is Flanagan off the hands of Weaver. And they'll get that one back.
Point Chargers. Escobar serve.
Bridgewater. Looking to set Seth Williams in the middle. The ball kind of up for grabs here, and Fletcher takes advantage, finds the open area.
Set the ball with that tight pass.
Lancaster Bible up to their biggest lead of the afternoon, 17-8. But looking pretty fresh here. That time, Escover goes into the net.
Clarkstead back to the net. Clarkstead back to serve.
Fletcher looking for Hoover. Just outside, Bridgewater into double digits now. Gargstead still serving. Or not anymore as he goes into the net.
Matt Dagan back into the net for Chargers. Dagan to serve.
Dagan back into serve. Quite a ways out that time. It's 19-10 now. Get to that point where Bridgewater really needs to make a run if they're going to avoid this it's 2-0 deficit. There goes Aiden Weaver. Weaver softly over. That was Weaver that got a hand to it, but his teammates had sprawled behind him. Lancaster Bible now has doubled up the Eagles 20-10. Reagan just outside that time.
Point Eagles. Duel back in the match for the Eagles. Marion back in the match for the Chargers. Who will serve?
Just inside. We saw that one all the way right here, just past Escobar. So nicely done by Duel. Another good service. This time they set it up, Kevin Bryant. Tough to stop that one.
Bryant with a kill. Fletcher the third. Isaac Keller checks into the match.
Looks like as Flanagan comes out, this is number 23, Isaac Deller. Freshman from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. Fletcher back to serve. Hoover! Another tough reception turns into an easy gift, an easy kill for Carson Hoover. He's looked pretty good this afternoon. Fletcher will sail that one. Back down to 9, it's 22-13. Another powerful swing from Carson Hoover. Wasn't getting any favors from the barn on that reception, but Fletcher able to find him still.
Hoover's got a great arm on him. Great spot. He really finds it hard to block.
This guy is able to find Jeffrey Prevost. Finding some open area. And the team's trading points right now. Lancaster Bible well in control. But the Eagles putting up a good fight late in the second. This is Weaver into the hands of Marion. Looking on that far side, that's Isaac Deller who just subbed in, the freshman. He goes to the net and that point back to Bridgewater. Kevin Bryant, Fletcher able to find him. A lot of open space in the middle there that Bridgewater's allowing, but another powerful swing from Kevin Bryant.
Quite unstoppable, I would say. I'd say this serve has the same effect.
Lancaster Bible on set point, rejected. Fletcher got to it though. It's gonna be a set from Hoover. Looking for Deller. He will get the set winning points for the Chargers. It's 2-0 now after 25-15 victory. And again, Ryan, how would you assess both teams so far? Again, Lancaster Bible heavily favored, but Bridgewater able to put together some surges, but just couldn't get over the top there.
I'd say Bridgewater's doing well. They've been doing really well with finding spots on the court and just like tipping them there. Maybe their setter-hitter connection isn't fully developed, so they're not able to get full big swings quite yet, but hopefully they're able to get they've been doing well with finding spots, and yeah, I don't know. I think just the little mistakes of maybe missed serves are in the net. Once they clean that up, I think they've got it.
Well, again, we'll take a short break before continuing our live production here in Knight Arena in this match between Lancaster Bible and Bridgewater College.
Not gonna lie, something special is happening here. You can't quite put your finger on it, but when you're here, you can feel it. Whether it's in the classroom, around campus, or stepping into your unique spotlight, you'll find a place where you truly belong. This place is more than just lectures and exams. It's about constructing your story, helping you discover your path in a world of possibilities. Maybe it's our close-knit community, our Christ-centered mission, or the way the Blue Ridge Mountains feel like home. We excel at being a place where every idea, every step, and every moment bring you closer to the future you're meant to create. They say big things come in small packages. We couldn't agree more. Because here's a little secret. The best life is the nightlife. Come be a part of it.
Welcome everyone back to Knight Arena for set number 3 of our neutral matchup here in Buena Vista between the Lancaster Bible Chargers and the Bridgewater College Eagles. So nicely done by Lancaster Bible in those first 2 sets. Again, maybe don't have the fresh legs, but they're a very experienced team. As I talked about with Ryan, coming off a berth in NCAA tournament last year, where they actually played in Lexington, where Southern Virginia, the eventual champions, hosted Bridgewater, a very young team, over 10 freshmen on their team. This is their inaugural season, so looking to find some chemistry, gel a little bit more as the match and the season progresses. I'm joined now by Laura Forsgren of the women's volleyball team here at Southern Virginia University. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. It's been awesome to watch. And Bridgewater, you know, like you said, they're very strong. It's super fun to watch.
This is number 3, Tommy Vizgaitis back to serve and start things off. Fletcher right in the wheelhouse of Hoover just outside. And the first point again for the second straight set goes to Bridgewater. That's number 7, Zeke Clark, smartly letting that one fly by. Serve for Lancaster Bible. Good set there for Aiden Weaver. He's been leading the attack today for the Eagles. And that time he finds an opening. And Laura was talking with Ryan a little bit about, you know, of course, many of these guys on the Bridgewater Eagles team are freshmen. It takes some time to find that chemistry and that timing and become comfortable with each other. I know you're a new member of the team this year. what's that experience like and trying to get comfortable in your new team's system?
No, definitely. It definitely takes a lot of work and a lot of commitment, right? They do need to gel a little bit, but it already looks great. They're very scrappy. I think that's the most important part. Is just going after everything and teammates know that.
That time it was Aiden Flanagan on the attack. It's just outside, and Bridgewater regains the lead at 3-2. Isaiah White, he's a freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Seth Williams to serve, and again the second service error from Bridgewater knocks this game back up at 3.
Bryant to serve. Zion Valentine.
Bryant back to serve. This foul, Isaiah White insisted for Bridgewater. That's his first kill. Skyler's able to find Wyatt right in the wheelhouse. And back and forth we go in the early portion of set 3. Fletcher able to find Flanagan and deflect that one off Prevost.
It's a great option to go out there. Close, tight to the net. It's a great option.
Team. Big line at that time from number 17, Virginia outside from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Good attempt to block from Bridgewater, but it sails out of bounds. For the 6th time, able to regain the lead. So again, back and forth we go. Bridgewater trying to stave off defeat. Looking for the second ever win in the team's history. Again, that one sails way out of bounds from Isaiah White. That'll bring Hugh the libero back into the game for the Eagles.
Taylor Burlap into the match for the Chargers.
Registering his first skill is a junior from Lexington, North Carolina. Good-looking kill for Care coming into the game for the first time.
Definitely, it was awesome to see him pound that down the line.
Fletcher finding Bryant. That's dug out by Prevost. He's going to get it back from his libero Hugh. Flanagan softly over. Let's see if Bridgewater can take advantage. Deflecting off of Fletcher. Up for grabs and Bridgewater back in control. West outside, maybe looking for a deflection, but not doing it. That'll be a point back to Lancaster Bibles. We're now at 7. In the first 2 sets, we talked a lot about number 20, Kevin Bryant from Lancaster Bible, doing it all on the attack, but also defensively. He's been a bit quiet here, so Bridgewater doing a nice job defensively to shut him down. first lead of the third set. Fletcher. It was a tough set, but nicely done by Seth Williams to keep it alive. Bridgewater back in control. Looking for Weaver. Off the hands of Bryant. Now Carson Hoover, again, that powerful swing that he's shown all afternoon, including in the game against Southern Virginia. Nicely done by him. And the Chargers have established a 2-point lead. Looking to put away Bridgewater in 3 sets. Outside that time, and the Eagles get a point back.
Side out to the Eagles. Left corner serve.
Touch in the middle for Bryant. That'll be another kill for him. He leads Lancaster back. I believe he has a game high right now. Check the live stats for how many kills Bryant has. I think that's 13. Bridgewater finds the answer that time with Jeffrey Prevost. Bringing this team back to within 1. This is Seth Williams to serve. Might have been going out, but Hoover opts to keep it in. Free ball for the Eagles. Pinball action that time, but Flanagan able to find his teammate over on the far side, and it finds an open area.
Valentine back in the match. Back to serve. Connor Cater back in the match. Josh Crockstead back in the match. Crockstead to serve.
That's the setter, number 5, Josh Crockstead. He goes into the nets.
Side out to the Chargers. Flanagan to serve.
Back to the Chargers. Again, the lone senior on this young team. He's been the spark plug the last couple of sets when Bridgewater's been able to go on some mini runs. Big swing that time. That's number 14, Zion Valentine, subbing into the game. He's a freshman, middle from Chicago, Illinois. On the attack. That brings Seth Williams and the Eagles back into the game. Handled that time to the net. Carson Hoover unable to get it over. Just like that, retiring it.
We're back into the match. We're back to serve.
rejected by Bryan and Hoover at the net. Erlat finding Hoover. That'll be a point to Bridgewater. So again, tied for maybe the 9th or 10th time this set. Well, Lancaster Bible is up 2-0. You know, this could be a signature set for Bridgewater in their young season if they're able to pull this off again. Lancaster Bible, NCAA tournament appearance last year. This is a big matchup for a team like Bridgewater, who's so young.
Definitely, it shows a lot of mental toughness to be able to come back and take those things.
Another powerful swing by Kevin Bryant. He was close to getting there, but not quite. Once Bridgewater faces off Southern Virginia in that later game at 7 p.m. tonight, they'll have about a week off of competition before they face Gallaudet in the next matchup. Certainly a big week and a big couple of matches for this young squad. There's Prevost again, able to get into the hands of Aiden Flanagan to retake the lead. Ball for Bridgewater, rejected at the net. Seth Williams looking for the set for Prevost. That goes off the top of the net. And it'll be a point back to Lancaster Bible to tie it up. Good save by Hughes. Seth Williams is going to give a free ball for Lancaster Bible, but good job to keep it alive. Flanagan softly over, and a point to the Chargers. Looking for a touch. They're not going to get. They are going to get it. That was Prevost on the attack to not the score back at 17, and you get the feeling that the Bridgewater Men's, they can sense that, you know, there's a chance here to do something special. A big couple of matches for them, so it'd be nice to see a young team take a set out of a real quality opponent like Lancaster Bible. Blocked at the net. That's Aiden Hoover and Isaiah White, 11 and 12 there to block. Zeke Clark for the Chargers. Serve from Williams. They're looking for Bryant in the middle. That's dug out though. Prevost again. Somehow able to keep it alive as Lancaster Bible. They're going to find Prevost again, rejected by Kevin Bryant and Flanagan.
Lancaster not give up those guys for sure. 18-18. Either team has been able to establish a lead on more than 2 points the entire set. But the later we go, the more valuable the lead is, of course. There's Guidus finding White in the middle. That's a great spot for him to hit right now, too, seeing as the libero was out on the back row. Guys don't play defense, but it's a smart move.
Said back in the game. Also the junior right side, Connor Kayer, recorded the kill earlier. He's back in the game. Good adjustment by Fletcher after it goes off the ceiling, keeping it alive. That's Kayer sending a free ball back over. In the middle, that's Fletcher finding Valentine.
Valentine.
corner. Flanagan trying to give his team some breathing room. Looking for the corner again. A setup in the middle for White. Dug out. Bridgewater has another crack at it. This is Prevo straight down. Into the hands of Libero, Nicholas Marion, able to keep it out. Knotted at 20. Near side, but it's a solo block for Fletcher. That's right down the middle, dug out by Marion. We're looking for Hoover. Prevo's unable to get to it. Slides before and a bit of frustration, knowing how pivotal a point that is. Now a multi-point lead for Lancaster Bible. Nearing match point. That'll be a timeout from Bridgewater. On the attack for Lancaster Bible. Still it's Bryant, who's had a relatively quiet third set, but he's leading the Chargers with 11 kills. Carson Hoover also in the double digits with 10. And on the other side, it's Prevo's putting together a really nice back half of this match. He's got 10 kills now, the third player to hit double figures today. Also pretty efficient as well. That hitting percentage right at 400. So what are you looking for out of the timeout, Laura, from Bridgewater on their next set?
Right here is super pivotal that there can be no mistakes. So you just have to have that mentality that you're going to go out there and win. You can't be afraid to lose. So right now you're on the receive, so just getting a nice pass, good set, and then feeding throws.
He's certainly been their go-to guy here in the third, Jeffrey Provost, the senior outside from Valdez, Alaska. Zeke Clark still serving for the Chargers. 22-20 out of the timeout. Just outside. That's right. Exactly what Bridgewater needed. Try and climb their way back into this. Isaiah White softly over. Fletcher finding a seam, taking advantage to reestablish that 2-point lead.
That's a dangerous kill right there because you have to watch the setters and the movers. You can't just leave this set alone. You have to watch them all.
Looking to set Seth Williams, but he's rejected, keeping it alive nicely. It'll go back for Zeke Clark, a free ball for Lancaster Bible. And there was a deflection off of Seth Williams. And that'll be a point for Lancaster Bible, bringing us to match point. Bridgewater's going to call a timeout before we resume play. Seth Williams, I think, got hit in the face with that previous attack. Might have caused some damage to his glasses. But again, a 3-point lead for Lancaster Bible. Bridgewater looking for a signature, at least set win early in their inaugural season. This is certainly the time to do it, but they're running out of opportunities here in Knight Arena.
down right to the wire at 24-21. Big point here. You got to get your serve in for Lancaster, but you also got to get the pass.
And as said, they'll have about a week off of competition after their later matchup with the host of this tri-mat, Southern Virginia. They'll face Gallaudet on January 31st. And they'll also face Marymount, a CVC rival of Southern Virginia, another really quality opponent. And that's kind of what you're going to get if you're playing in this region for men's volleyball and women's volleyball. A lot of really solid opponents, especially as you go a little bit more north. Plenty of quality teams to face off with. Blocking the set that time, that was Joshua Krogstad. I think it was Kevin Bryant's hand right at the net that was able to disrupt it. And we're gonna have a quick talk about it before Lancaster Bible is potentially awarded the win here. What'd you see there, Laura?
I think it was, he might have broken the plane of the net and tried to block the ball as the setter was trying to set it. That's obviously illegal. You can't do that. If that's the case, then the point goes to Bridgewater. And we have another chance to find out.
They will turn into a point for the Eagles. They're staying alive at 24-22 now. It was Colton Frey, the head coach of the Eagles, who was arguing, saying he was below the net. And as Laura said, he broke that plane. I believe it was Kevin Bryant. The middle for Lancaster Bible. But after that brief stoppage, we'll resume play here in Buena Vista. Eagles looking to stave off defeat. Marion Libero coming back in for Lancaster Bible. And back to serve is Tommy Vizcaitis. Floater into the hands of Clark, looking for Brian, and that will do it. Brian, one of the more dangerous players on the day, able to finish the job for Lancaster Bible. A 3-set sweep in favor of the Chargers over Bridgewater College. Of course, Bridgewater, one more to go tonight with number 14 in the country, Southern Virginia. But again, your takeaways, Laura, from that match, especially that third set they were able to watch.
I really think the setters on both teams did a great job of just really finding their key hitters, and the hitters they knew where to put the ball away. Both teams very scrappy, doing whatever it took to stay alive, and as we saw, it was pretty close there toward the end of this last set. It was awesome to see, though, the mentality of neither team was going to lose, right? That was super cool to see.
So while Lancaster Bible, of course, wraps up their competition for the weekend, Bridgewater, one more for them against Southern Virginia. The next time Lancaster Bible sees the court will be against Stevenson. That's a road matchup for them. They'll also go against Elizabethtown a couple of days later. But again, pretty competitive matchup there, especially towards the end. Bridgewater, a young team, able to learn some things against an experienced group like Lancaster Bible, and again, eventually Southern Virginia. But again, this has been a Night Athletics production. We thank you all for tuning into this matchup. This has been Quinn Meyer, Ryan Vale, and Laura Forsgren with you. We appreciate you joining us and hope you tune in for the next matchup between Bridgewater and Southern Virginia starting around at 7 o'clock. But we thank you for joining us, and as always, go Knights.